So I had talked a lot about the jealousy and envy in a lot of people in the last couple weeks, last couple months, really. And I found it kind of disturbing. But where are we going as a nation? Where is this thing going? Where is this thing going where people are treating each other very ugly? There seems to be a tightening up of money. There seems to be just such a lack of wanting to help other people out other than oneself. It's like I only want to help myself out. And I think it's such a tragic thing when to live your life only concerned about yourself and your family. You know, it's easy to do good for yourself and your friends, but what about people that you do not know? That's when the real test of doing something good counts. And it just seems that a lot of men today are so hateful, and there's such a lack of loyalty. You know, it's there's a reward in being loyal to those who have been loyal to you and to being loyal to your friends. There's great significance tied to that. But it seems like it's hard to be loyal to people who don't reciprocate the same loyalty, you know, and that's very disturbing that we live in an era where it is very doggy dog. It is very cutthroat, very cold, very harsh, very ugly. And then there's nobody to hold anybody accountable for their ugliness and their ugly behaviors. It's almost like you're rewarded for being an ugly person. But what are you going to say when you die? What are you going to say on Judgment Day? You know, it's going to be a horrible moment and reflection when you die and you're facing judgment, and you can't get that second chance to try to do anything right. You don't get that second chance to try to be a decent person, to, you know, to, this is the movie right now. We're in the movie right now. You know, what your life meant is right now. You know, when you die, the movie's over. And your movie will be played, you know, of how you got over on people, how you mistreated people, how you mocked people, how you talked bad about people, how malicious and vindictive and revengeful you were. All that's going to come out in your movie. And is your movie going to be quite a thriller, but a negative, dark thriller to be watched? Or is your movie going to be actually kind of delightful and something for you to be kind of proud? And I think that's where too many men and women today don't really think about, is that all they're worried about is survival, you know, paying the bills and getting through today, and they're not looking at the bigger picture that God had a plan for your life. He had a purpose for you, and that purpose was not so that you could stack up your Chase or Wells Fargo bank account. It was so that you could actually use this tool called money and your gifting to actually give back and help humanity and help other people out. And I think that it's going to be a sad reality that I think we're pushing ourselves into a place where it's getting very grim and dark. And who's going to fight? Who's going to try to be the person that makes a difference? Um, or are you going to allow, and this is another thing too, it's this comparison thing. It's really sick, where a lot of times people don't want to duplicate themselves or give back because they either don't feel they're worthy, or they don't feel that they have much to offer, or they're just selfish and don't want to give back and duplicate themselves. And I think that will play a part in how their movie comes out. You know, their movie will show that they displayed, and when I say movie, I'm talking about the movie of that person's life when they leave here on earth, you know, that movie. And I think that there's a lot of interesting movies to be watched when we leave this place called Earth, when we die in this human body. And there's going to be a lot of despicable movies to watch. People who just lived a atrocious, despicable, terrible, disgusting life, where they killed for no reason, they murdered for no reason, they murdered people's visions, dreams, they murdered people's purposes and callings, and they stole, they lied on, they defamed people's character, they had malicious intent, they did things to people to use them. And granted, I know we're all not perfect, and we're going to make mistakes or even do things out of our fleshly nature, but when your fleshly nature allows you to constantly live a pattern of just being an ugly, nasty person, I think that's truly a bad place. And I talk on these things so that men can change and try to give back and make the place, and women as well, make this world a better place. So I just sharing a little bit. I didn't really, just was sharing a little bit.